been robbed! Me shoes!
Excuse me?
Me silver running shoes, and I've won all my important races wearing them, and they've gone.
What's gone, Nick?
Me running shoes, they were in my room.
Nick, maybe you mislaid them.
No, I wasn't feeling well, so I went to the doctor's. James came with me.
That's right, I did.
Yeah, they were in my room, in me kit bag.
Is everything all right, Nick?
No, it's not. What was in that drink you gave me? It made me throw up, but now my shoes have gone.
Nick, there is nothing wrong with that drink. It's been scientifically tested and approved by the IAC. But if you want some new running shoes for the race, I've got some great new models you can try.
What I want is my silver shoes back, and I think you've got them, Elaine.
I'm sorry, honey, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't lie!
Now, wait a minute!
If you could all kindly go down to my office, I'm sure we could get to the bottom of this.
Come on, Nick, we can sort this out.
Remember what I taught you, Nick? A winner must always think positively. Okay, team, stand by. We've got a case.
Here are your files.
Thank you. Welcome to the Academy of Criminal Investigation. A mysterious crime has taken place in the hotel above, and if you solve it, you can get into the academy. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Chris, I'm 12, and I'm good at logic puzzles.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm 11 years old and I enjoy science.
Hi, I'm Simon. I'm 11 years old. I'm good at football and asking questions.
I'll tell you what I know. An important athletics event is taking place in the area in a few days' time, and a few of the athletes are staying here at the hotel. Championship athlete Nick Kelly is here to defend his 10,000 metres title. Unfortunately for him, his lucky silver running shoes, which he's won all of his events, has gone missing from his hotel room. Interestingly, it's been reported in the press that Nick has suffered a serious dip in form lately following an injury. Motivational expert James Lee is here to boost Nick's confidence and help him prepare mentally for the race. Sol Gibbons is also an athlete and is Nick's biggest rival for the 10,000 metres. Sol has always come a close second to Nick's winning first. And finally, Elaine Anderson. She's a marketing executive from international sportswear company Ziga Sports. She's been trying to get Nick to wear and promote Ziga's running shoes for some time. That's what I know about the suspects. So let's hear it from themselves.
Sol, James and I were coming out of the dining room just after lunch. We bumped into Elaine. She asked us to try this new high-energy drink her company's making. James decided he wanted to try a bit, so while I were in the bathroom, he poured us a glass. It tasted all right at first, a bit sweet. Sol went out for a training run, and I started to feel really queasy. I went to the bathroom, I was sick. When the team medic checked me over, he said I'd probably had something dodgy to eat or drink, so it must have been Elaine's drink.
Elaine came up and asked Nick and I to try a new high-energy drink. The three of us went along to Nick's room. James poured him and Nick a drink. I drank mine straight from the bottle. Now, I felt like a run, so I headed outside. I've been running for a while when James stops me. He says that Nick had been real sick after having his drink. I said I felt fine.
Elaine had asked Nick and Sol to try out a new high-energy drink, so I poured him a glass out of the bottle that Elaine had given him. I thought I'd try it too, so I poured myself one from the same bottle. I thought it was far too sugary, so I went into the bathroom and poured it away. And then Nick started to feel sick, so I opened the window to try and get him some air, but Nick went into the bathroom and I heard him throwing up. I urged him to go and get checked out. I immediately thought it was Elaine's drink. And then I went out to look for Sol, in case he'd been taken ill too. I saw Sol over by the glass houses with Elaine, and then Sol ran off. Well, I figured he wouldn't be running if he'd been sick, so I just went for a walk around the garden. I don't know where Elaine went.
The company I represent are marketing a new high-energy drink. I asked Nick and Sol if they would try the drink and give me their opinion. If you ask me, I think it was nerves that made Nick throw up. He's under a lot of pressure at the moment. After I left the guys, I went to the conservatory to work on a report on my laptop. I don't know how long for. A half hour, maybe? Then I went outside to get some air. When I came back in, Nick starts accusing me of poisoning him and stealing his lucky shoes.
So those are your suspects. Bit of geography for you. This is the floor plan of Kilcrummon Hotel. Nick, our athlete whose shoes have gone missing, stays in bedroom 2 on the first floor. Now, I need you to think about means, motive and opportunity to commit the crime. So far, who do you think has the strongest motive?
Well, I think Elaine has the strongest motive. She wants him to wear the shoes, but he only wants to wear his shoes.
I think the same because she's trying to bribe him to wear her shoes instead of wearing his own.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Simon?
I just have no idea about like.
So, the investigators think that Elaine Anderson has the strongest motive, but they shouldn't forget that Sol, James and even Nick himself had better opportunity to commit the crime.
Now, I need you to think about your incident board and your timeline. Now, the timeline is used to plot where the suspects were and when during the crime, and your incident board is for you to jot down any interesting information that you think might help crack the case. So if you could do that now, please.
Elaine wants him to wear the shoes. James poured the drink, so he could have means to put something in it.
Yeah, you could.
What time should I put on here?
Elaine was in the conservatory for about half an hour, but she can't remember when.
Doesn't really help.
James opened the window as well, so someone could have got in there.
Yeah.
He could have got in the window because he was out running, trying to let someone in.
This team seem a good, intelligent group and they're spotting some important facts, but will they remember them?
Yeah, well, James blamed Elaine, and basically everyone's blaming Elaine except Sol.
He always came second, whilst Nick came first, so that might have something to do with it.
Here's the CCTV footage, Agent Grant.
Thank you very much indeed. Team! Team, gather round to the table. Our first piece of hard evidence has come through. This is CCTV footage taken from the hotel. This will help you, Jennifer, update your timeline. It's all about seeing whether or not our suspects were telling the truth about where they were and when during the crime.
Well, Elaine's come up the stairs. She's coming up there. There's the other three. She's given them the drinks there, so that can be confirmed. Elaine's going back down the stairs. Yeah. And they're going probably to Nick's room. Is that Elaine coming down the stairs?
Yes,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Elaine. Elaine coming down the stairs at 2:02 p.m.
Reception.
Yeah. There's Sol. He's going down at 2:06 p.m. He's going out for his run. Yep, there's Sol again. He's not gone the same way as Elaine, so he couldn't have met with Elaine. There's Nick, and there's Nick being sick.
Nick being sick.
He's going to the bedroom 1, which is the doctor's room, and James is waiting outside. That's 2:35. Yeah. 2:35 p.m. They're talking, and they're going back to his room.
What's Nick gonna do?
I don't know, but James is going downstairs as well. That's all at 2:35 p.m. 2:36 p.m. and James, he's going to tell Sol, so that can be confirmed that he's telling the truth. Where's Nick going? Nick's going downstairs at 3:07 p.m. Wonder who he's going to talk to. So, when Nick went downstairs, he was running.
If you could take this to the forensics lab, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Team, gather round. I found some really interesting evidence up at the crime scene, but before I show you that, what have you deemed so far?
Well, Nick ran down these stairs.
So he's in the reception at the
It's
moment.
the reception.
Yeah.
Right.
Sol, it was confirmed that he went down the stairs and went for his run. Then James came out, and Elaine, yeah, it was confirmed that she went to the conservatory. She might have left because there was a door there.
Has it changed your views so far? Because before I asked who had the strongest motive, and you said it was Elaine.
Now we think it's James.
We think it's James because, well, he doesn't really have a motive, but he has all the means. He had access to his room, he
Opened the window.
and he poured his drink, so he could have put something in it.
So the team now think that the evidence points to James Lee, as he had both means and opportunity to commit the crime. But what about motive? Perhaps the forensics will turn up some new clues.
If you could follow me, please, up to the forensics lab, I want to talk to you about trace evidence concerning the information that I've just taken down from the hotel. Now, trace evidence is minute pieces of information that a criminal might have left behind. We're looking for shoe marks, tool marks, or even teeth marks that might lead us to the criminal. So this is what I found in the hotel. Whilst I was in Nick's room, I realised that the door to the room was not broken into, but the window was open. So I've dusted down the sill and the frames inside and out, and these are the fingerprints which I've lifted. You need to check those out. Now, this piece of plastic was found snagged on the bushes outside of the window below. These 2 glasses and 2 bottles, the scientists are going to check for a suspicious substance. And also this swab was taken from Nick's mouth. We're going to check that as well. So, get busy.
Christopher, have you saw this?
What do you think it's from?
Plastic bag?
Yeah, they might be carrying the shoes in a plastic bag.
Fingerprints that look like there's 2 of them.
Might have touched it twice, but don't know. 2 people could have opened the window.
Hello?
I'm matching the fingerprints now. I'm checking Nick's first. And looks like a match actually, first time.
I don't think that's a match.
No, because it hasn't got the scars in the right place, and there's a swizzle there, but there isn't one there. So, no, it's not Nick's fingerprints.
No match.
Nope. Ah, no, this looks promising, and this is from James. He said he opened the window, so it could be his. Let's check. Look, I think that it is James. You see that scar? That's there as well.
Doesn't look the same.
There's another scar there.
Which finger's this?
That one, it's middle. It's there. They're the same. It's James' fingerprints. Elaine and Sol both have motives, but James has the most evidence going against him.
Yeah, 'cause his fingerprints match the window.
Yeah, and I don't
Team.
see why would...
Gather round. I like the look of the incident board, and also you're working hard in the forensics lab as well. I want to know your thoughts so far.
Well, the fingerprints on the windowsill matched James, but he did say he opened the window, so that could be a reason.
Plastic that I looked at, it might be from Elaine, because she was carrying the bottles in the bag, or it might be the person who took the trainers.
Okay.
Where did you find the bag? On the ground?
I found it on the ground. It was outside of Nick's bedroom, which is bedroom number 2. It was snagged in the bushes outside.
Outside? Yeah, that proves that they got through the window as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You have to interview one suspect out of the 4. Who would you like to interview first?
James.
Why?
I want to know more about him so we can find out a motive for him.
Let's bring him down.
This place is cool.
Take a seat, please.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
I've got some questions to ask you if you don't mind.
No, sure.
Where were you at 2:35?
I went out for a walk. I was just walking around the gardens.
Are you positive about that?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I think that's, yeah, I was out in the gardens and I saw Sol and Elaine standing over by the glass house. I think that was about then, yeah.
Were you alone when you poured the drink?
Sol and Nick were there, but then the drink tasted awful, so I poured it away.
So you did pour it away?
I poured it away, yeah. It was so sweet.
Were you carrying a plastic bag when you left the hotel?
A plastic bag? No.
Why did you open the window?
Well, Nick was feeling pretty sick. Actually, I didn't feel too good myself, but Nick was pretty bad, so I opened the window, get him some fresh air.
How long were you with Nick?
What do you mean today?
As his
I
motivation.
mean, like,
Yeah,
how
as his
long
motivation.
have you known him?
Ah, right. No, I've been working with him for about 3 months now. I've got a lot of confidence in him. You know, I stand to win quite a lot of money, a big bonus if I get him through, and I'm pretty sure he's going to make it.
Thank you for your time, and
You're welcome.
see you later.
See you later.
Thank you very much for your cooperation, Mr. Lee.
No worries, Simon.
James live?
We're still upstairs.
No, yeah.
Has this come into the hotel upstairs?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Team, gather round. This fax has apparently just arrived. It's for the attention of Elaine Anderson. Read this. This is fishy. Sign up Nick Kelly today or you'll be sacked tomorrow.
Could be Elaine herself,
Why?
Why?
just to try and get her off the case.
Why would that get her off the case? That puts her on.
I know. I think I agree with you, Christopher. I don't think she would have sent one to herself.
Yeah.
So here's what we know so far. Champion athlete Nick Kelly's lucky silver running shoes have gone missing from his bedroom at the hotel. Nick was taken ill earlier after he and rival athlete Sol Gibbons tried out a new high-energy drink given to them by Elaine Anderson, marketing executive of Zika Sports. James Lee, Nick's motivational guru, also tasted the drink, but along with Sol, was not sick. In the forensics lab, the investigators have established that James Lee's fingerprints were found on the windowsill in Nick's room, but James has stated that he opened Nick's window to let in some fresh air when Nick began to feel ill. Curiously, a small piece of green plastic has been found in the shrubs below Nick's window.
My team don't seem to be missing a trick at the moment, and they seem to be onto something, but a good investigator needs to look at the evidence as a whole before they come to their final conclusion.
What do we have here then?
Supportive, but that puts Sol Gibbons.
Any new leads, team?
I've just got this out the printer. It's an article from Sports Online.
Sports Online, okay.
And it says, so what's happened to Nick Kelly? His manager says after his injury last year, Nick is back and in fine form and ready to go. In that case, why has Nick had to bring a motivational guru, James Lee, to help him out? We are predicting that the winner of the upcoming championship race could well be American Sol Gibbons.
All right, okay. And what is this?
Well, found in the garden
trainers.
bin.
These are the silver shoes.
Yeah.
You found them where?
The garden bin near the glass house.
The incinerator bin?
Yeah.
So these have been burned?
Yeah.
I was trying to get rid of the evidence.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be Elaine because if there's no shoes, then Nick
can't.
will have no choice but to choose her.
Okay. Time to interrogate our next suspect. Who would you like?
Nick,
Yeah.
Elaine?
Nick?
Nick.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'd rather Elaine.
Yeah,
And
but we
why?
could ask Nick if he's going to compete though, because
Yeah.
that might be all a lie.
I do need to hurry you, so make a decision.
Nick.
So,
Nick.
Jennifer,
Nick?
Christopher,
Nick.
Simon,
Nick.
are you sure?
Yes.
Let's bring Nick down.
Where are we?
please.
This is Crime Lab, and we'd like to ask you some questions. Why did you run downstairs, and where were you going?
Well,
On CCTV.
because my shoes had just been stolen, so I was running down to tell the hotel manager.
Are you going to take part in the race?
Well, there's no point now, is there? I haven't even got my shoes to run in.
We found your shoes badly bent. What do you think about that?
I don't want to talk about that.
Have you considered it was James?
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Like,
So James gets a bonus if I win, so why would he go and why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense at all.
why did you blame Elaine?
I blamed Elaine because it was her drink that made me feel ill. I drank it straight away, and then I was sick. And then turn around, lo and behold, my shoes have gone. And she's been trying to get me to wear her company's shoes for months.
Right, that's all I would like to ask you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Bear with me, Mr. Kelly. This won't take long.
James, they burnt my shoes. What am I going to do?
Remember the mantra, winners think positive.
Team, I see you got what I asked for. If you could use this, it's a plan of the rear of the hotel. See if you can find something from that.
Nick's bedroom is at the back.
Number 2.
Bedroom...
Da-da-da.
Bedroom 2, that's it.
But there's two.
There's nowhere to get up. They need a ladder.
Who can provide
Or
Oh, cool.
access to the room, which James has. So, James could have got in. James has a way to get in. But how would you climb up there?
Ladder, rope,
There hasn't been a ladder found,
rope.
has there? Yeah, rope. Don't know. We've got dirt board.
Going up there.
Well, Sol, because he went that way, he would have had ample time to get round the back of the house and steal the shoes.
Yeah, because
Before he
on a
went that
job.
way.
I have a forensic report for you to have a look at here.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Results from the swab.
Swab.
Contains traces of an emetic. Can cause nausea and vomiting. Yeah.
That's what.
But James could have put that in when he poured the drink, couldn't he? He could have put
Oh,
that in
yeah.
the glass.
Because he poured the drink for.
And results from the bottles of glasses and the traces of the same emetic were found in the bottle. But how come... Oh, then how come James wasn't vomiting? He put it away. He chucked it away, didn't he? There was no traces found in Sol Gibbons' one. The conclusion is the contents of Nick Kelly's bottle was contaminated somehow and then poured into 2 glasses. Well, so it's definitely in that bottle. So I think we should put that to Elaine.
And also, Nick was shocked about his shoes. Because, like, he didn't have a clue.
Well, Sol could have done it because there wasn't any poison in his, so can you write that down, please?
Yeah.
So that makes that statement false, that James poured the drink and could have put something in it. Elaine wasn't there, she was in the conservatory, but she could have got
so
out.
much time.
She could have got out from the conservatory because we didn't really see her on CCTV. She could have went round the back of the house and poisoned it as well. And she has a motive. She wants to wear the shoes or she'll be sacked.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's those 2. And it has to be them 2 because they're the most suspicious now.
Ting! Gather round, listen to this. I've checked the hotel phone records and it turns out that James Lee has twice called a betting line today. Once at 12:45 and the other at 3:20. Now, I've spoken with the betting company who told me that James placed 2 bets on the 10,000 metre race. The first bet was on Sol to win and the second bet increased the money already placed on Sol to win. What do you make of that?
Well, that's shocking.
It is rather, isn't it?
Yeah, because, like, he is Nick's.
Yeah, because we just chucked James out of the frying pan, but now he's came back.
James knew, I suppose, that Nick wasn't on full form.
Yeah, but he should support Nick, and he should want him to win.
Does this change anything?
Yes.
Yes.
Quite a bit, actually.
Well, the team had narrowed down the suspects to Elaine Anderson and Sol Gibbons, but perhaps they were too quick to discount motivational expert James Lee.
That's more evidence, Agent Grant.
Oh, thank you very much. What's this? OK, analysis of the contents of the incinerator bin. Small traces of melted and burned green plastic have been detected among the ashes of the incinerator bin, possibly from a plastic bag. OK, well, with all this new evidence which has just come into the frame, you've got to interrogate another suspect.
Yeah.
Elaine or Sol?
I think Elaine.
Elaine? Elaine it is. Let's bring her down.
Wow.
If you can just take a seat, please.
We've just found out that you're going to be sacked if you don't get Nick to sign up. How does this make you feel?
Honey, was that from my boss? I know Russ. He sends me these little things all the time just to keep me on my toes.
We found traces of poison in the drink that you gave Nick, and not one in the you gave Sol. Did you put it in?
What? This drink could make us millions. There's no value in me doing that.
Did you stay in the conservatory when you went there?
No, I went into the garden and I spoke to Sol briefly, and then he went for a run.
Yeah.
And then I went to the top of the garden, sat on a bench to try and get rid of my headache. And then I came back to reception, and then all this started.
Well, what colour are the bags that you used to carry the drinks in?
Oh, it was black. It was my laptop bag.
Ask her if she knew that the shoes were burnt.
Did you know that the shoes were burnt in an incinerator?
No, I did not. What, Nick's shoes?
Yes.
No, I did not know that.
Okay, thanks for your time, and I'm afraid we'll have to detain you for a while.
Right, okay. Nick, I heard about your shoes. I'm sorry. What's going on?
If you could make yourself comfortable, please, we won't keep you long. Team, I'd like you to take a look at all of your evidence now, because in just a moment I'm going to be asking you who you think is the real criminal.
Well, a lot of evidence points towards Elaine.
Yeah.
But Sol, we don't know a lot about Sol because he was outside most of the time, and we didn't interview him as well.
So,
Well, Elaine said that she didn't have the plastic bag, so we don't know where that could have came from.
If you want to prompt yourself, you can take another look at the timeline and go back to your information on the incident board as well.
so what do you think?
Nick has an alibi, Sol doesn't. Elaine doesn't because she said she was only in there for half an hour. Well, it is either Sol or Elaine, like I said first. Well, at least that's what I think.
It's time to bring down the final suspect.
This is crazy. What's going on?
Thank you. Just a moment. Team, you've seen all the evidence. You've interviewed 3 of our 4 suspects. I need to know who is your prime suspect.
Elaine.
Elaine.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, her manager was going to sack her if she didn't get Nick to sign up. Nick just wouldn't sign up, so she had to go to drastic measures.
Are you all agreed on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see if you're right.
The culprit was James Lee.
No!
James knew that if he could get rid of Nick's lucky shoes, his confidence would be destroyed and Sol would win the championship race, making James a lot of money on his bet. He must have spiked Nick's drink. When it started having an effect, James opened the window, pretending he was trying to get Nick some fresh air. Nick went to the bathroom to be sick. James transferred the shoes into a plastic bag and dropped them out of the window into some shrubs. He told us he went out looking for Sol, but he was really going to collect the shoes. Unfortunately, James didn't realise the bag had snagged on the bushes. He took the shoes to the glasshouse incinerator and set fire to them.
Thank you very much, everyone. You're all free to go. Mr. Lee, if you could stay put, please. Commiserations to our team today. How do you feel?
Yeah, devastated, yeah.
You suspected him at first as well. Well, sometimes even the best detectives don't get their man. Who did you suspect?